whetstone. Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for clicking on another video. I really appreciate it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have been accused of rambling or talking too much in the past, so this time I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna show you how to approach sharpening pretty much every single grind you can think of. Okay, so here are your four most common knife grinds. Now, this is cross section, so you would be looking down a blade this way. And we've cut it off like this, and you're looking at the end structure. Over here first, we have a saber grind. Now, some people would just class this in with a flat grind. There are minor distinctions, and that is there are varying degrees of how long this bevel is. So some sabers might be something like here, and this is what we call our primary bevel. So you see, this is one of my customs here. This is a Prevail pattern. You can actually buy this on my website right now. This exact knife is sitting in stock in the store. But we have that primary grind, that big grind. That's what you're looking at right here. And that is not what you're sharpening. So let's get that out of your mind right quick. Now, the difference between this and this is a distinction. This is a full flat grind. And this would be, let's see, okay, so I'm carrying the Delica 4 by Spyderco today, and this has a single grind right from the spine, a single plane, right on down to your secondary bevel. And all the greens here, except for the Scandi, are pretty much secondary bevels. Can you distinguish the colors? Green, blue. You have a hollow grind here, which pretty much the gold standard of the hollow grind is the Buck 110, and it might be a little bit hard to detect, but that's what you have here, a scoop. So this, the primary grind, this huge bevel, would have been ground on a radius, a big wheel, a big round contact wheel, instead of a flat platen. So you're left with this scoop here. And again, this scoop is not what you sharpen. This is where people are getting confused. They're thinking that all of these different shapes here are going to totally change their sharpening method. I'm telling you that they do not. Now, the last grind here is sort of a flat grind. So this is one of my knives again, a pattern called the Bake Apple. And this would be ground in a Scandi grind, also available on my website right now. But what differentiates the Scandi grind, because it does have a flat grind, just like this one and the saber, but the difference for the Scandi is that there is no secondary bevel. Notice all of these have secondary bevels. A Scandi should be one single plane from when they start the grind to the apex. You see that? There is no secondary. Every other knife has a primary grind and then a secondary bevel. Okay, so once you understand this concept, everything becomes very, very simple. For a saber, this is your stone. This is what you lay on the stone. So for any degree of flat grind knife, no matter how high that saber grind is ground. So the same thing goes with a flat over here, a full flat. You're only sharpening just the secondary bevel. That means it is no different sharpening a hollow grind than a saber grind. You are still just laying that secondary bevel on your stone. You don't have to concern yourself until maybe you're talking years and years of sharpening down the road. When you've filed this up here and then your knife is too thick, then maybe you re-grind the primary bevel, but that almost never happens. Your sharpening is right here. So when you have a dull knife, whether it's a saber grind here, a hollow grind, a Scandi, or a full flat, just like that, which is very similar to a saber, again, this is all you're sharpening. So if it's dull, lay this bevel on the stone, and a hollow grind and a flat grind is basically no different. The performance and how they perform through a cut, a deeper cut, changes, but your sharpening process does not change between each grind. Okay? Some would argue Scandi is a little bit easier to sharpen because the bevel is so wide, it stays on its bevel. This bevel isn't long enough, and your knife kind of teeters. You have to hold your angle. With a Scandi, it'll just sit flat on the stone. You just sharpen until you get to an apex. Now, there are different techniques to perfect this apex. We'll leave that for another video. But basically, that's all you want to do. Sharpen the secondary bevel until you get to an apex and you will have a sharp knife. So don't worry about all these different grind names. Saber, full flat, hollow. When you get into razors, you got double hollow and extra hollow, and the hollow degree changes. They all sharpen basically the same way. So forget about all the terminology up here. Just focus on sharpening those secondary bevels, or for the Scandi, just have the one bevel. It doesn't get any more simple. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know about the sharpening world. I'll see what I can do to help you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.